Welcome. My name is Joy Ruben. I'm coming to you with Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. This is gentle yoga. Welcome. We'll be together for 1 hour and we'll get started in just a moment. So if you're just joining, start to settle in if you haven't already. Make sure you have a blanket or a towel, something you can use both to sit on and to cushion your knees. Welcome, welcome. We'll start in just a moment, giving folks another moment to sign on. This is Joy. This is Gentle Yoga with Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. Great, we're gonna get started. So make sure you are working, maybe you're just on the floor or you have your yoga mat, something for cushioning, either a blanket or a towel, maybe your blocks, maybe a strap. Let's go. Start to settle in. You can take Sukhasana with your legs crossed, or try an easy V shape. We're going to start with breath awareness. So what's important is that your body can sit comfortably. You can use your towel or blanket folded to prop your hips. And propping your hips gives more space to your spine so it can lengthen. And you can breathe more fully. Relax your palms down towards your legs. Allow your eyes to be soft towards the ground or closed entirely. Notice your breath at a natural rhythm. Let it be without controlling or forcing. And as you allow your breath to be, feel your body move with each inhalation and exhalation. Feeling the rhythm of your natural breath as we land into the start of this gentle yoga class. As you feel your natural breath, take a scan of your physical body, noticing sensation, any body parts that are asking either for extra care today or extra push, extra heat. Just scan your body, notice what's there. Breathing, noticing. Now scan your energy and just notice compassion, acceptance, no judgment, only noticing in terms of your energy what you're coming in with now. And it's all fine, only tuning in. And as you breathe, your breath is your anchor, anchored in yourself, your true self, your spirit. As you breathe, now notice the aspect of the mind and what's happening there without any judgment or clinging, just noticing what's going on in the content of your mind. And now that you've checked in, witnessed those three parts, physical, energetic, mental, come back to your breath for just a moment more before we start to move. Feel the rhythm of your breath and focus on that for just a moment more. Make that your meditation, feeling your breath. And when you get distracted, just come back to your intention. Great. And throughout class, practice noticing those three parts of self, physical, energetic, mental, noticing as a witness without clinging or judging, always rooted in your breath. And take a moment to create your own intention for this hour class, what it is you want to create or connect with. Good, and together let's begin with a soft motion. Tuck your chin down. Imagine your nose has a paintbrush on its tip and begin to paint circles in the air in front of you. Start slowly and small, and once you feel comfortable and safe that way, then feel free to move more quickly, engage in larger movements. Feel free to pause or linger in any spot that wants extra attention. And when you're ready, start those circles in the other direction. So we'll start with seated warm-ups, move into standing poses today, and then come back down to the mat for some poses on our backs and resting pose. Heavy your chin to center of your chest, and lift your head all the way up. Take your fingertips towards the floor and roll your shoulders back in space. Throughout class, take care of your body. Whatever I'm offering, please change it so it suits you. Feel free to make a pose more supportive or make a pose more vigorous. Feel free to skip if that's what your body is asking for. Trust yourself. Breathe deeply. Play every once in a while with sounding. You may have just heard me moan. Play every once in a while with big exhalations. So we let our bodies know it's okay to relax when we do that. Great. Take your hands back towards your legs. Legs are crossed or into a V. We're moving into seated cow and cat. On your inhalation, take your heart forward, chin forward, elbows point back, and then as you exhale, round your spine behind you, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, come forward with your heart, elbows bend back in space. Exhale, round your spine behind you, tuck your chin. Inhale, coming forward in a seated cow pose. Exhale, round your spine behind you in seated cat. And we'll keep going for another moment. Find your rhythm even more. Match your movement to your breath. Close your eyes if you like. Imagine your spine energizing, warming. Come back to your center. Turn your heart towards your right leg. Inhale, sweep your torso forward and around. Exhale, sweep your torso back and around. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And stick with these heart to earth circles. Allow your lower body to be both grounded and flexible. So as your torso moves, you may feel your hips rock or your knees or legs move. Moving with breath, inhaling forward, exhaling back. And to the other direction when you're ready, inhaling forward, exhaling back, and your legs can be crossed in Sukhasana or open in a soft V. As we warm up, notice your body again, what you're feeling, what you're sensing, and in a way, any intuitive messages from your body. As we move, we can feel different sensations, body parts letting us know that they need. to be taken care of, or maybe that they need to be challenged. So keep scanning your body just to notice how you can take care of yourself. Good. Come back to your center. If your legs are in easy pose, I invite you to open them to a gentle V. We'll shake them out a little bit. If the V is not comfortable, you can keep easy pose or try another seated posture that feels good for you. Take your left hand in front of your body, right hand behind you, and rotate your torso towards your right a bit. Flex your feet, toes to the sky. Inhale, bring your chest center, reach your arms high, palms face one another. Exhale, pull your belly in, turn your palms away, arms come down, opposite this time. Inhale to center, chest center, arms reach high, palms face each other. Turn your palms away, exhale, pull your belly in, twisting to your right. Left arm down in front. Inhale, center. We're going to stick with this for a few moments. Exhale, twist. So keep going at the pace that feels good for you. If you like my pace and it feels good to follow that, go right ahead. Inhaling center when you come to center, and exhaling into your twist. Keep your legs, hips, and backside grounded. Keep your spine long and spacious. Good. Inhale to center, reach high. Exhale, bring your hands down on either side. Ground your right hand or fingertips to the floor, out from the side of your body. Inhale, your left arm high, palm faces the midline. Exhale, reach overhead. Keep your hips heavy. Bend into your right elbow and bring your left arm alongside your ear, as if you're reaching out and up to where the wall meets the ceiling. And you can look straight ahead of you, down to your grounded hand, or up to your lifted elbow. A few deep breaths here. How much space can you make between your left hip and left armpit? Now, if it feels good, a few circles. If it feels good, a few circles with your lifted arm. And remember, everything I offer is a suggestion, an option. Come back into your side stretch if you were circling. Inhale to center. Exhale, both arms down. So get ready with your left hand to the earth. Feet are still flexed. Inhale, your right arm high this time. Palm faces the midline. Exhale, come over to your side bend. Remember, creating length between your right hip and your right armpit. A few deep breaths here. Choose the gaze that feels right for your neck. Straight ahead, down, or up. Practice that witnessing. Notice your body. Notice your energy. Notice your mind. And root into your breath. Root by feeling your breath. In, circles, if you like them. We'll bring them in now. At your own pace, a way that feels gentle, nurturing, and come back into your side stretch. Inhale up to center, exhale, relax down. Good. Take your hands in front, feet flexed. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, walk your hands out in space, come forward with a long spine, and notice the backs of your legs. Notice your lower back. Notice your body letting you know how far to go. And work with your body here in a respectful way. Don't overdo it. Find a place where you know you're getting a safe, nurturing stretch. And we'll hold here for several rounds of breath, giving our bodies time to acclimate and relax into it. So feel free to close your eyes if you like. Focus on the sensation of your breath or the sound of your breath. Recall your intention for class, and is there a way you can enliven that in this moment? Start to walk your hands in, come out of the wide leg forward fold. Bring the soles of your feet together and take your hands either to your feet or your ankles. We're going to have a soft flutter through the knees. Just breathe naturally, sit tall, and let your knees flutter a little bit, waking up through your groin, fluttered like a butterfly. Good. Relax your flutter. We're going to hold the ankles or the feet if you can. See what's comfortable and how close you can bring your feet in towards your body. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, come forward with a flat back. Your forearms rest on your lower legs. And if you want a more vigorous stretch, use your forearms and your elbows to gently push down onto your lower legs, which will open your body through the groin more deeply. Deep breathing, head in line with the rest of your spine. Imagine lengthening up your back, up through the top of your head, sending your energy out. A few more deep breaths. And with a flat back, come all the way up. Good. Take your hands behind you, lean into them, flatten your feet to the earth. Knees wide, feet wide. Take a little sway. We'll start small, start slow. And either stay small or experiment. You might bring your knees closer to the floor or even all the way down to the floor. So we're going to just play with this a little bit. Breathing naturally. Here, just activating some mobility. Mindful of your body and your breath as you go. And then come to center. Bring your torso back to neutral and stretch your legs straight out. Legs are together, feet flex to the sky. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, take your belly to your thighs. Come forward, take your hands to your legs. Inhale, sweep your hands up your legs, up your torso to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, belly to thighs, hands to legs. Inhale, sweep your arms up your body to the sky. And we're going to stick with this for a few moments. Imagine a wheel of breath, a wheel of motion, and a wheel of energy as you go. You're creating the wheel. and then come to your center. Good. From here, we're going to come to tabletop on hands and knees. You can put your blanket or towel underneath your knees for some support. We are going to be on our knees a little bit here and there for the next few moments, so I do encourage you to use some support if it will be good for you. Come to tabletop, wrists under shoulders, fingers wide, knees under hips. Now crawl your hands 1 hand length more out in front of you, so your wrists are now in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. We're coming into a easy downward facing dog, so keep your knees bent. And if you don't want downward facing dog, come to child's pose. For child's pose, hips to heels, forehead to the mat. For down dog, gently lift your knees, push into your hands as if you're pushing and stretching your mat forward away from you. Elbow creases, arms rotate, so elbow creases face towards the front of your mat. Feet are parallel, head is heavy. If it feels good to pedal out your legs in down dog, do so. Softly, gently bending and straightening one leg at a time and then switching. Breathe deeply. Good. Settle your legs if you're moving them. Come back to hands and knees. And if you were in downward facing dog, rest to child's pose. Knees can be closed or open, hips towards heels, forehead to the ground, and you can reach your arms far out in front, or you can make a pillow with your hands, and we'll rest for a moment, finding breath, finding stillness. Good. Come on up to tabletop. If you want, I'll guide you to one more downward facing dog. Feel free to stay in child's pose or accommodate yourself with a different pose. We'll take that expansion from traditional tabletop, walk your hands out, 1 hand length further, tuck your toes, softly lift your knees, hips come high, push into your hands, into the padding of your fingers, feet parallel, head heavy, and find any movement if you want it. You might pedal out the legs, bending 1 knee at a time. You might want to lift 1 leg in 3-legged dog. You might want to move through a vinyasa. So I really encourage you to listen to your body. And we'll come back to tabletop. And one more time, child's pose. With hips heavy in child's pose, crawl your hands to the right side of your mat. Reach. Hips heavy back near the feet, creating length through the sides of your body. Take your hands over to the left this time. Long arms, heavy hips. Come back to center. Come up to tabletop. And then come and stand on your knees. If you don't have enough cushion, add some cushion. Hands to the waist for balance. Take your right leg out in front, either in a big step or walking a circle around to the side. Make a 90-degree angle with your front knee over your front ankle, your toes are directly facing in front of you. Hands to the heart. So either stay here in a knee down, low lunge, or if you want, there's the option to lift the back leg. If that's the case, tuck the toes, take your hands to your front thigh for some extra support, lift your back knee. You may need to wiggle your back foot further back. We still have the 90-degree alignment in the front knee. Hips are facing front, hands at prayer, or up to the sky. So you either have a knee down lunge or a knee lifted lunge. Find your gaze point to softly focus your eyes on. Feel your breath. Good. And we're going to come to forward fold. So if your knee is down, it looks like hands to the floor or to your blocks. Back toes tuck, back knee lifts, back foot steps forward next to front foot. If your knee is high, hands to the earth, back foot steps forward. Let's take ragdoll. Bend your knees deeply. Hang your head and grab opposite elbows. Either stay in stillness, or if it feels good, find a sway or a bounce or some other motion through the hips or the head. You can play with yes or no. Some space to trust your intuitive body. Come to center, eyes open, relax your arms. We're going to roll up. The head is the last to lift. Roll the spine, stacks. Coming slowly, gently to stand. Take your hands to prayer. Feel your legs connecting to your mat or the floor. And either find a drishti to focus on or close your eyes. We'll breathe for a moment into Tadasana, mountain pose. Relax your arms down. Imagine they become heavy and pull you forward. So hands to the floor, and then the option either to come to hands and knees into child's pose or to step back to downward facing dog. So either hands and knees to child's pose or stepping far back to downward facing dog. And we'll just be here for a few rounds of breath. Whatever feels good for you, listen to your body. If you're in downward facing dog, start to mindfully move to child's pose, and we'll all meet and rest in child's pose. As you rest, practice being your own witness, noticing your experience without judging. Come up to tabletop. Come to stand on your knees, so we have to take the lunge on the other side. Hands to the waist. It's the left foot that comes forward now. So you can try, if balance feels shaky, a half circle, stepping your foot around and around. Or you can step forward in one big step, whatever works. 90-degree angle in the front knee, knee over ankle. We either have a kneeling lunge, just like this. If you'd like to lift your back knee, take your hands to your front thigh for support, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, wiggle your back foot further out a little bit so you have the space, keeping the 90-degree angle in the front knee, hands to the heart, hips squared to the front of your mat, and you have the option to reach your arms to the sky if you prefer. Eyes on a still point, mind observing your breath, your anchor. Good. So remember, we went to forward fold. So if your knee is down, hands to the floor or your blocks, back toes tucked, back knee lifts, back foot steps forward, feet parallel. And if you're in the high lunge, hands to the earth, step your back foot forward. Back to ragdoll. Bend your knees, hang your spine, hands to opposite elbows, and if you like, find movement, a sway, a bounce, a shake. Come to center. Relax your hands down, knees are bent. Start to roll up to stand. Head is the last thing that lifts. Once you're standing, hands to prayer, eyes on a still point or closed. Feel your breath here in Tadasana. Recall your intention. Bring that intention into your body. And then open your eyes and relax your mountain pose. Take a moment to clear off your mat. Once your mat is clear, we're going to loosen up a little bit before we take some standing poses. Line up your feet about 6 inches apart and parallel. Soft, tiny little bend in the knees so they're relaxed, and start to roll through your wrists. Breathe normally. Try an audible sigh, like I mentioned at the start of class. You can try it on for size. And the other way with the wrists. Hands towards the thighs. Bring your feet together if you can. If it's not safe for your balance, you keep them about 6 inches apart. Soft circles with the knees in the same direction. Really soft, really delicate. And if your feet are apart, just looks like that. Really gentle, and go the other way. Breathing fully, breathing naturally. Good. So come to stand and take your feet a little wider than your hips. Turn your toes out just slightly, little bend in the knees, and start a soft circle with your hips. Remember, start slow, start small, and then if you want to make it larger or quicker, go right ahead. So encouraging our bodies here just to loosen up. Good, and then circle the other way. Come back to small and slow, just so you have a chance to get feedback from your body. Is it okay? How does it feel? What do you need? And if that feels good, and then your body says it wants you to go more quickly or have bigger movements, then go right ahead. Full breathing with the intention to loosen up our our bodies, awaken our bodies, invigorate our bodies. Good. Come right to center. Arms dangle. We're working with a twist through the center of the body. Pull your belly muscles in a little bit. And start gently twisting side to side. Your legs are grounded. The motion is in your spine, and your arms are along for the ride. They sort of flop or flow as a consequence of the twist. Great. All right, and just shake it out, anything that feels a little stiff, and we're going to get into some standing postures. Take a wide stance, heels in, toes out. Arms extend, they're parallel to the floor. Bend your knees. Lift your fingers to the sky, palms face front. Inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Exhale into goddess pose. Knees bend, fingers lift to the sky. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, goddess. Feel the strength of your legs. Inhale, strengthen and lengthen. Exhale, goddess. Good. Inhale, extend, 5-pointed star. Exhale, relax your arms down. Take a moment to turn your toes so they face in front of you. We're going to come into a standing wide-legged fold. So feel free to use your blocks or a chair or anything else to bring the floor up closer to you. Inhale, standing. Exhale, with a flat back, start to come forward, a tiny bend in your knees. You can come just this far, hands to your thighs if that feels best. You can come down further, hands towards shins, and you might use a prop or hands to the floor. See what feels good. We're going to be here for a few rounds of breath. If you have your hands to the below your knees and it feels okay for your spine to dangle down, drop your head. So your head is an extension of your draping spine. If your hands are by your thighs and your body is more parallel to the floor, you can keep your head in line with your spine so you're not dropping it down. A few more breaths wherever you're at in your fold. Take your eyes open. We'll challenge ourselves a bit for a moment. Knees bend. And wherever your arms are, we're going to open them parallel to the floor. Belly parallel to the floor. See if we can do 3 breaths here, looking down. Push into your feet to come all the way up, eyes open. Relax your arms down. Good. Heel toe your feet together. Once your feet are together, take your hands to your heart. Start to bend your knees and drop your backside down in space, coming into chair pose. So I'd like to remind you that you can determine how challenging your pose is. You can have a baby chair pose with knees bent slightly, a medium bend, or super deep. You get to decide what feels good. Hands to the heart, or out in front, palms facing one another, or up to the sky. We'll be here for at least 3 full breaths. Squeezing your legs together. Feel your breath. As you inhale, stand. Exhale, take your arms out and down. Bring your hands to your lower back, fingers facing the earth. Take your hips forward a bit. And then, as if there's a string from your sternum to the sky, imagine somebody lifting that string so your sternum and chest lift. You can either keep your chin to your chest, look up slightly to where the wall meets the ceiling, or drop your head back completely. Whatever feels best. Keep pushing down through your feet. Keep lifting up through your sternum. Good. Inhale and gently, slowly come back to center. Good. So, from where you're standing, if your balance feels good, you can keep your legs together. If your balance feels too challenged, take about 6 inches between your feet. Feet are parallel. Bring your left hand just right out in front of you. Palm faces the midline. Take your right hand to your right shoulder. Pull your belly in. Keep your hips facing forward. And let your upper body, only upper body, rotate, twist towards your right. So either you can keep your hand to your shoulder as you twist, or option 2, so 1 is keep it to shoulder, 2 is reach it out to your side, and option 3 is reach it towards the back. Remember, hips are working to stay facing front, and it's your upper body that's twisting. A few deep breaths. Good. Take your torso to center. Take your hands to prayer pose. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. And for the opposite side, we extend arm out to the front first, hand to shoulder, hips stay forward. Start to twist your upper body towards your left. You might like a tiny bend in the knees, see how you feel. And then remember, option 1, hand stays on shoulder. Option 2, arm extends to the side at 90 degrees. Option 3, twist, arm extends behind you. What feels good? And you can look where you're comfortable, straight ahead of your front hand, in the direction of your heart, out to the side, or back behind you. Feel your breath. Good. And start to come back to center, hands to prayer, back to mountain. Wonderful. Come up near the front of your mat if you're not. Space behind you. Let your arms drop. Arms are heavy. Bring you down. Come down to hands and knees. We're just transitioning. Sit to one side and sweep your legs out in front. Crawl to the front of your mat so you have space behind you. And we're going to come right down onto our backs. So you support it with your arms if you like. If you want more challenge, flex your feet, arms reach out in front, and you either pulse your way down or roll your way down. So everything works just as long as you're listening to your needs and taking good care of yourself. Once you're down there, If you take class with me, you know I like to rest for a moment. So once you're down there, let go of the work, let go of the weight of your body. Find some deep and steady breaths. Check in again here. Witness body. Witness energy. Witness mind. Great. Connecting to self. We'll start a few final poses. Let your body know that, yes, we are winding down. Bring your feet flat on the floor. So we're going to be doing bridge. And no, you can always use a prop if you like. A blanket or your block or a pillow. So feet are parallel, just like in mountain pose, about 6 inches apart. Your toes are facing the front of your mat. Let's take elbows in towards ribs. Lift your fingers towards the sky, palms face one another, and this way we just have a little more power to leverage the upper arms to the earth to support our pose. Head is neutral, looking to the ceiling, and that way you keep your neck protected. Start to push into your feet and lift your hips to the sky. You can lift as little or as much as you like. And if you want most support, you can rest your hips on your blanket or on a block or some other support that helps relieve the challenge for you. Feel your breath. Whatever variation you're taking, will hold for a few more rounds. Feel free to come out of the pose and back in if that suits you. Good. Relax your hips to the floor. Take your hands to the ground, palms face down. Take your right knee, interlace your fingers, hug your right knee in towards your belly. Shoulders are heavy, head is heavy, and the work is done with the squeeze of your right thigh in towards your belly on the right side. Now gently lift your right leg to the ceiling, flex your right foot, and hold where you're comfortable. It might be behind your thigh, behind your calf. It might be reaching up and grabbing your foot or your big toe. So what feels good? Just keep your shoulders and your head heavy. Right leg is straight. Extend your energy out through your right heel and gently encourage your right leg in towards your torso. Bring your right leg to center and then cross your right leg over your left, crossing at the knees. Open your arms to a T. You're going to push down through your left foot to lift your hips and move them to the right 1 or 2 inches. So you actually lift your hips, move them to the right, and place them back down. Then drop your crossed legs, both of them, down towards the left. Shoulders are heavy. Arms are heavy. And you can look in the same direction as your knees, up to the ceiling, or for the deepest twist, away from your knees. You can bring the floor closer to you with a prop if you like, and the knees can come and rest on the prop instead of reaching all the way down for the floor. And feel free to take any other twist variation that you might prefer. Settle into gravity. We're really winding down now. Gently come back to center. Take your time. Bring both feet flat on the mat. Sway your knees a little bit side to side. Great. And bring your knees back to center. We're going to do that whole little sequence again, starting from bridge pose. So feet are parallel, about 6 inches in between them. Upper arms hug against your ribs. Fingers to the sky, palms facing towards one another. Head is neutral, looking straight up. Push down through your feet, strong legs. Lift your hips any amount that feels good. And feel free, if you prefer, to use a prop, a blanket, a block, a pillow to rest your hips on. And then gravity does the work in that case. Whatever feels good. A few more breaths. And heavy your hips to the floor. Relax your arms down. Interlace your fingers. Hug your left knee in, left thigh pressing towards the left side of your belly. And now stretch your left leg up to the ceiling. Push your energy up and out through the heel of your left foot. Hold where you're comfortable. Could be thigh, calf, and gently encourage your left leg towards your torso. Shoulders are heavy, head is heavy. Hear the sound of your breath. Feel your breath. Bring your left leg to neutral, reaching up to the sky. Open your arms out to a T. Cross your left leg over your right, crossing at the knees. Like before, push down through your right leg. Move your hips to the left 1 or 2 inches. Place them down. Let your knees sway over and down to the right. Feel free to use a prop underneath your knees. Where does your gaze feel good? Let gravity start to do the work for you here. Is there somewhere you can soften where you are holding unnecessary tension? Maybe your jaw, maybe your shoulders. And gently, slowly bring yourself to center, feet on the ground. Sway your knees a little bit, side to side. And then start to make yourself comfortable for Shavasana corpse pose. Traditionally, we lie flat on our backs. The legs are splayed open. The arms are splayed open, palms to the sky. Shoulder blades flat against the upper back. You might feel better with a pillow behind your head or behind your knees. You might like fetal position or even to sit up in an easy pose meditation. Settle in a way that feels good for you. And this is a time to just be, to be still. And in that stillness, body, mind, and spirit has some space to integrate all of the postures, the breath, the energetic alignments. Let go of the weight of your body. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Make your shoulders heavy and send that heavy surrender down your upper arms to your elbows, down your forearms to your wrists, into the palms of your hands. Soften your chest. Soften your belly. Relax your upper back. Your mid back. Relax your low back. Make your hips heavy. Heavy hips. Send that heavy rest down your thighs to your knees, down your shins, calves, to your ankles, and the soles of your feet. Relax your whole entire body. As you relax, know the peace of the moment, that all is well right now and now and now. Feel the ease of your natural breath. And be aware of your own capacity for healing, for beauty, for creating peacefulness. And as you relax, feel your body where it's touching down to the floor. And notice where the air kisses your skin. And start to move again, however it feels right. Small fingers and toes, or big full body stretches. Trust your intuition as you reawaken. Let your movement guide you to a fetal position on one side, nurturing yourself. One last time, recall your intention for class, and then put it into a present tense statement. If your intention was to be present, your statement might be, I am present. If your intention was to feel strong, your statement might be, I am strong. Once you know your statement, practice a mantra for just a moment. Repeat that statement in your mind or out loud at least 3 times. Let's take a releasing breath together, which means inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then easefully in your body, with all of your grace, come to an effortless, comfortable, seated posture. I like working with YAM, yam, which is the sound for the heart. So I'll invite you, if you're, one option is hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra. If it feels okay, it's big and it's opening, so this might feel like too much, but if this feels good, just reach, expanding. So 2 options, more of an internal, more of an external, and either listen or sing just one time the YAM, yam, the sound for the heart. So tune into your heart first, get a sense of it, just notice it, and as we listen and chant, we have an intention to send positive vibrations to the heart. Hands to prayer pose, and let's close together with an easy inhalation and letting go breath. Thank you for joining today. You can always catch these videos on Facebook after the fact or on YouTube. If you are in the Berkshires, make sure to check out the outdoor class schedule. There are classes happening in some really gorgeous locations. I'll be here on Sunday afternoons for the meantime, and it was great to be with you today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.